Good morning, traders. John from Crypto Candlestick Trading. Wanted to do an update on the crypto this morning. Looking pretty good. Everything is green, or probably 95% of it's green. Starting off with Bitcoin, let's have a quick look at that. So as we can see, we've had a nice big pump last night, and also we've got good increase in buying volume as well. Stochastic's oversold down in these lows after that discussion that we had with the lows coming through like this, and then the engulfing patterns off the lows. One thing I did want to point out with this is that when we see the low come in and the first attempt at a high, another low come in, and then we've made a new, even on the shorter term time frames. Once this has gone up and then we have a red, we've pulled back, or not exactly, but very close to the high of this one here. So even on the smaller time frames, the previous resistance broken through becomes new support. And look at what's happened. Now, is this really good? It's good, but it's not excellent at this stage. I'd actually like to see a big, clear breakthrough from this downtrending line here. But we're definitely doing the right things. There's no doubt about it. And it all started from these lows back here, where we're discussing the big money, how they play the game, and then we can see the turning coming through here, and the volume starting to increase as well. But what I want to see is a close above there. Let's have a look quickly on the weekly chart. And look at that, beautiful. If we can keep this up, this is exactly what I'm after. Preferably even if we can get a close above the 9 EMA. Don't ask for much, do I? But an engulfing pattern off the 50 is exactly what I'm after. Stochastic's oversold. This is telling the right story at this stage. So I'm very happy with that. Things are looking good. But it hasn't closed yet. It's not finished yet. So my plan is, at this stage, I am going to slowly tread my way into the market. I'm definitely not going to be unloading my entire account into the market. This isn't that time to do that. But it is a good time to, if you like one or two of them, place one or two trades, and then we can see if you, accumulate more position as we go on. This one here, Sand, yes, I am a part of it, Sand. As we can see here, we've climbed up, pulled back, we've got less volume, less liquidity. So as soon as liquidity runs out, and there's not enough people selling, usually it starts moving up. This is when big buyers, big players start getting impatient and think, okay, well, that's it, I'm just doing it. And we can see here, this is looking pretty good here, and we go over, that's looking good there. Got a nice big pop, making a new high here. And here we've got an engulfing pattern so far that's happening. It hasn't closed below, but it has found support. On the 4-hour chart, it's found support. On top of that, we've got a decline in volume as well, which is good. Exactly what we want to see. Like we want to see a decline in selling, which is exactly what we've got, a decline in selling there, and then we've got good buying happening over here. I'll just have a quick, so that's on the weekly chart anyway, so very good on the weekly chart. And on the daily chart, look at that, what's that saying? To me, you can probably see why I got into this one here, and that's, I got in as soon as it started breaking new highs, and anyway, so it's up there. But I also had a long-term hold that I was on this, my son, my daughter, and myself, we all decided that there was a few that we wanted to buy and hold, which I don't really recommend or like doing too much, or not in large quantities anyway, simply because it's a lot better to trade them. Why would you hold them if they're going to go down, and why would you not buy them if they're going to go up? So anyway, this here is looking fantastic. Look at that, beautiful. No one's selling, no one's selling, no one's selling. Stochastic's oversold, bang. That's what we're after, off the 50 as well. Beautiful. Like that one, Sand. It's looking good, and it's still not too late today. Even though we might have a bit of a pullback, there's got to be day traders take a little bit of profit. But okay, looking at this one here. So here we're still downtrending. Volume has increased beautifully. This is nice. Low, high, high, low, higher, high, bang. The only thing that's going to slow you down a little bit there is the 50. That's on the daily chart. Let's have a look at the weekly chart. And the weekly chart, yeah, that's looking pretty good. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. I have no complaints with that at all. Let's go to the next one. I want to try to shorten these videos a little bit, but I want to get through a fair bit of stuff too. So, okay, Gala. This one here seems to be getting a fair bit of attention. And, you can see here, this has got the same kind of scenario as Sand. Like this is telling a very good story. I would have liked a better close, but here we've had a first attempt to close, nothing, and a second attempt to close. And also, this is only 51 cents. I'm going to have to go and find out more about this project here, because this has gone from 11 cents to 83 cents in 2 weeks or whatever it is. So that's fantastic gains, and now it's pulled back and no one wanted to sell. So and now we've got a breakout. So I am very interested in this one here. Very interested in this one here. Okay, weekly. Yep, weekly looked pretty boring actually. So this one here, I also on the shorter term time frame got into this one here, and that was great because well, when I left to go, I took my cat to the vet this morning. It was about 20% in front, but anyway, on the shorter time frames, it was looking pretty good. I got my stops in nice and tight there, but who knows? I might not need my stops if we keep on going up. I'm just going to let it run. That's on the weekly chart. Let's have a look at the daily chart. And yep, beautiful. Look at that volume that's coming there. I mean, still, it's not fantastic, but it is showing that it's showing accumulation by large investors, by the big deep pocket investors. So, yes, I am interested in it. Yes, I do like this one. Next one. This one here is another long-term hold that we've got. Like I trade it. So I've got an account where I keep some of the long-term stuff, and I've got another account where I trade it. So, and I don't mix either of them up. Here we can kind of see, yeah, we've had, no one wanted to sell at this stage here. We've got an engulfing pattern. Well, look at this. We've got a doji, well, a selling closing below the 50, a doji, and then we've got like a spinning top rocket booster looking thing. And then we've got a engulfing pattern, beautiful. Doji engulfing again, and now we're closing above, making new highs. So even on the shorter term time frames, we've got a low, high, high, low, high, 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 low, high, high. So I do want to see a break above this level here, like above the 50. So if we start trading positive, you could probably enter that and put your stops somewhere, probably below the low of that one there. With this here, I would rather have my stops a little bit further away and buy less of them in this kind of scenario here, because this is the first breakout, or the first attempt to break out on this one here. So, and it hasn't really, like you can see, there's quite a few of these plays haven't really been out very long at all, but this is holding its gains very well. Like, look at that, there's good support that's happened, and this is like block buying, block selling, so this is where the big money, it sold off and it's all stopped there. So we can kind of see we found support there, and we're kind of taking off from here. So, and we've got a decline in selling. No one wanted to sell this thing. So, well, there's less and less people wanted to sell. So, what usually happens when no one wants to sell? There becomes an overflow of money that wants this stuff, and demand beats supply, and then all of a sudden we take off. All right, next one, Crow, crypto.com. Okay, so yep, same again, decline in selling volume. Doesn't really look all that exciting at all on the weekly chart. Let's have a look at the daily chart. Looks pretty good on the daily chart. We've got an increase in volume. Stochastics oversold. No one wanted to sell this thing, and we can see here, like here we got a climax selling, which is a spinning top. How many buyers came back into this market even from there, and it couldn't close below here at this stage. Up, down like that. And then here we've got a spinning top, didn't close below, kind of found support around about the same sort of area, engulfing, and now we've got like a doji and an engulfing as well. So here, with this doji here, this is like indecision, and then now decision's been made. So we'll see what happens here. So far it's looking very positive. It doesn't mean it's it's definitely going to go in the right direction. It just means it's doing all the right things at this stage. So this is definitely not the time to be going in and jumping like heavily in the deep end. This is just because this is going to go up, and it is going to pull back, and it is going to go up again. So whether it does that at this time, we'll find out. Stellar Lumens. Let's have a look at Stellar. So here we go. Look at that. Dojis, inverted hammers, rocket booster, and we've got like a dragonfly doji, and then look at that, decision made. Beautiful. Things are looking pretty good here. I do like Stellar Lumens, even though Stellar Lumens taught me a couple of lessons on the last rally. So, but then again, I still did well out of Stellar Lumens. So, but here, look at this, engulfing off. Not really off the trend line. It's a bit difficult to draw a trend line off. I can kind of see something there. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. Engulfing off that. Yep, looking good there. So we've got an engulfing. So the more engulfing here, like this is big money that's buying this thing, that's keeping this up. It's not letting it fall, much below this. So we can kind of see that, this is a very good story. Here buyers came back in, selling, buying, engulfing. This is on the weekly chart too. But this could all change before Monday at 10 o'clock. What we need to do is wait for Monday at 10 o'clock, and we'll see how it goes from there. On to Doge. Doge has finally started to move. Here we can see that, if we look, we'll have a look in the daily in a sec, but it's gone up all the way down. Big buyers have come back in. Indecision, huge indecision. So usually when we see this kind of whipsawing sort of stuff, it's going to take off heavily in one direction or the other. It's already taken a big flogging on the way down to here, and so now it looks like we're finally starting to potentially do the right things. So, and also I like the daily setup as well. You know, we've got good buying volume there. You know, you can see that's quite strong. Now we'll go over the daily chart and have a look on Stellar Lumens on the daily. Here, not really all that exciting. Oh, sorry, Doge on the daily. Here, huge. It's come up, and then we've got a little bit of indecision. Massive, big. You know, this is huge money that's come into the market here. One of my mistakes, I believe, with buying this one at this stage was, I'll just draw a line. Actually, I'll get the other tool. The other one was, so we've got support broken through, and now we've got resistance. I actually want to see it break above this here. Once it breaks above that there, my confidence will, you know, be a lot stronger for this one here, and possibly looking for add positions at that stage if it goes up. But we can see that there's an increase in buying volume. Stochastics are oversold at these lows here, and we can see that there's good buying coming into this market, which is good. So, you know, it doesn't look fantastic, but we can see that, you know, this here is a recipe that big money plays all the time to get rid of us, and so that they can get in and own the most of it and control the rally. That's their game. And here we are. So this one here, Matic. So I like this one, but I don't really. I'm not 100% confident in buying it and getting fully involved with this one here. And the reason being is, so I'll just get rid of that so we can move it. Yep. So here we can see an increase in buying volume, but down here we've got a trend line that goes up, and we've kind of bounced on that trend line and gone up. Now we're up to the top here. You know, this when it makes a low, a high, a higher low, a higher high, a higher low, and we're broken through that, it wouldn't surprise me at all if we come back down and test this here before we take off again. Then again, on the other hand, you know, this could do anything. If it goes up there and pulls back to this line here, I will be buying more if it takes off. But what I'm after is like an engulfing pattern like this that's going to happen off this area here, because usually what will happen is it will go up and fade. You know, the run has already been, you know, the money that's been injected in this has already happened. But then again, it could skyrocket too. So, but I'm waiting for it to go up, hold its gains, get support, and then take off if I'm going to get back into this thing. But at this stage, it is finding resistance at this trend line. You can see it perfectly on the way up. You know, there's a lot of people watching this. You know, there's a lot that want to get in, but you know they don't want to get in either because there's this trend line holding them back. So, you know, it's a little bit too dangerous in order to get into that market. Here we go. Doge, yeah, just went through that actually. Yeah, this one here was the big one that I was really looking at. So I did get involved in this one here. So, you know, we can see that there's an increase in buying volume. We've gone up and then down. That's kind of come down a fair way actually. Lows, then highs, higher lows, higher highs. So, you know, we're doing the right thing. It's looking pretty good. Would I be expecting this to come back and test this high here? Possibly, but I'm actually looking at this line here. If it was to come back and test this line here, so around about $12.60, something like that, $12.70, that's the sort of line that I'll be, you know, thinking that it will come back to. Anyway, traders, hope this has helped. And if you have any questions, if I can help in any way, let me know, and I'll talk to you again soon. I hope you have a great day. See ya.